Hello and welcome. My name is Bev, and I'll be playing piano today for our story called 3 Days with Hansel and Gretel. We have changed the story of Hansel and Gretel just a little to make the story happen on Halloween and the 2 days after Halloween. We all know about Halloween, the first day of our story. What happens on the first day? Hansel and Gretel go into the woods to look for food. Halloween is the evening before All Hallows Day, which is the second day of our story. The last day of our story is All Souls Day, a day of remembering all the people who have died. So our 3 days are Halloween, All Hallows Day, and All Souls Day. Here we see pictures of woodcutters. Why do you think we're showing you these pictures? Because the father of Hansel and Gretel was a woodcutter. Now we have pictures of broom makers and broom sellers. Why do we have these pictures? In our story, the father sells brooms to get money to buy food. At first, the family of Hansel and Gretel had plenty of food from their garden. Here you see father, mother, Hansel and Gretel. But then came a year of terrible weather and nothing grew. Their mother died, and the father married another woman to take care of his children. He tried to sell brooms, but the gardens of all the families nearby did not grow, and everyone was hungry and had no money to buy anything. The family had to move into a tiny cabin, and the father said goodbye to Hansel and Gretel as he was going to a nearby town to try again to sell some brooms. He told the children to go into the woods and bring back some food for their new mother. Father had some luck selling brooms and getting some food for his family. Here he comes now to sing about his good luck.
Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la. Hello, children, it's just me. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, bringing luck as you will see. Ah, for me and for my father, every day was just a bother. In the pockets some money, no, and for the stomach an empty bowl. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, hunger made our heads to roll. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, hunger made our heads to roll. Tra-la-la-la, look here, children, just look in here. I have food for us to eat. Yes, children, all this food's for our eating. And butter, milk and honey, buns and hot dogs, ketchup, pickles. All this food costs lots of money. Apples, oranges, and for me, nearly half a pound of tea. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, hop-sa-sa, we will have a good time. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, hop-sa-sa, time now. So listen how my luck came to me. To a nearby town I went. People there were planning a great event. Halloween was in preparation, and somebody's birthday celebration. Birthday at Halloween time. Time for me to do some selling. Never heard such crowds all yelling. They want to buy things. So to buy new food to eat, I worked hard with hands and feet. Yes, I took my best brooms out, went from house to house. Buy brooms, best brooms. Sweep your chimneys and your carpets and your cobwebs. So I sold a lot, and all this food is only half of what I got. Now it's time to set the table. I could eat a horse and stable. I had the broomstick maker. But wait, oh, where are my children? Hansel, Gretel, yes, where is Hans? There was a big famine. That means none of the crops were growing and nobody had anything to eat. So Father sent Hansel and Gretel into the woods to find food, and he went off to sell brooms because he's a broomstick maker and he collects wood too. And he came back home just now and he said, "Where are my children?" He thought they should be home from the woods by now. And so there they are, Hansel and Gretel in the woods. And now we come into an interesting thing, because who is older, Hansel or Gretel?
Which one's the goal?
Gretel.
Gretel.
So you think Gretel's older?
Yes, because my mom told me girls mature faster than boys.
Ah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. And so we will make Gabby here can be older than you. That would be like Gretel and Hansel. And in fact, if you read different people's ways of doing the story, sometimes Hansel's older, sometimes Gretel's older. We don't know, really, because it happened so long ago. But they realize now that they're going to have to spend the night in the forest because they can't find their way home. Uh-oh.
But there's the house. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they have not yet found the path to that house. They're just out in the woods like this, looking for food. And, because that's what their father said to do, come home with some food, nuts or berries or whatever you can find. And in the opera, now do you guys know what an opera is? What?
It talks in a high-pitched voice.
Yes, it's singing even, singing a story instead of just speaking a story. So in the opera for Hansel and Gretel, there's a riddle song about what food they might find. And you're going to have to guess what the food is, what the thing is that Gretel found. I'll give you 5 clues. What, Ben?
The house to eat.
Oh, well, let's listen to the clues, and you tell if you think those clues say it's the house to eat. A tiny little man stands as still as stone. He wears a brownish cap and he's all alone. Now you sing this part. Let me sing it for you and then you'll know how to do it. Tell me quickly if you can what to call this little man. Let me hear you all sing that. Tell me quickly if you can what to call this little man who wears a brownish cap and who's all alone. So now do you think it sounds like a house? No guesses? What guess? He stands as still as stone and he wears a brownish cap. What do you think?
So, I went this way before, but I forgot.
All right. Any other guesses? Ruby? No. And I didn't get your friend's name. What's your name? So, clue number 2. Wait, I have to think of clue number 2. Oh yeah, I remember. He stands upon one leg every single day. He has no need to move and no words to say. Now we sing. Tell me quickly if you can what to call this little man who has no need to move and no words to say. Now, do we have any more guesses? What?
Is it you?
Oh! That's the first time anyone ever guessed that. Thank you, but it's not right. Now, actually, I shouldn't say that. Because even if you say something that's right or something that's wrong, I'm not going to tell you until the very end. Because maybe the next verse would make you realize it's not me. Or maybe it'll prove it is me. I don't know. Let's see. 3rd clue. Poor Gretel wondered if he's a thing to eat. He in a pot of soup might be a nice treat. Tell me quickly if you can what to call this little man who in a pot of soup might be a nice treat. 4th clue. This is what Gretel found maybe in the woods to eat. Okay? He can be grown at home as a yummy crop. He's very often used on a pizza top. Tell me quickly if you can what to call this little man who's very often used on a pizza top. Now, guesses? Ruby, do you have a guess?
Tomatoes? What is it?
Well, that's a good guess, isn't it? Tomatoes are often on a pizza top, right?
Stands on a leg.
Any other? Well, yeah, you have to figure out how a tomato would stand on one leg. But maybe because it's, they prop up tomato plants on a stick. Maybe that's what it means. Mm-hmm. Did you have a guess? Another guess? I thought I saw your hand go up.
I did.
All right, not now though? Okay, all right. 5th and last clue. Now I could have shown you some pictures, but I wanted to make you think. I had some clue pictures. So we'll see if you can guess it. Let's see. But some of these are poison, so do not pick. He could taste good, but we might get very sick. Tell me quickly if you can what to call this little man who could taste good, but we might get very sick. What do you think?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Any other guesses? What?
Poison.
Poison. Some kind of poison. Yeah. All right. The last verse tells what it is. Or maybe we'll.
I know who the person poisoned the pizza or something.
Yeah.
The witch.
Oh, maybe the witch is involved with this? Who knows? Let's show one picture. He wears a brownish cap. Everyone think it's still a mushroom?
Yes, it's a deadly mushroom.
He stands upon one leg. There! That was going to be the clue. What?
Mushroom roots.
Yeah, they have unusual roots too, the way mushrooms
so
grow.
that's why it was poison.
And some mushrooms
Oh, poison.
grow on trees instead of in the ground. There's all kinds of mushrooms. And then the last one, there it is. And this is a poisonous variety. So you really have to know your mushrooms very well, otherwise better not eat. Now they realize they're stuck in the woods. They can't find the pathway home. They still haven't found anything to eat. They're going to have to sleep in the woods overnight. That doesn't sound very good to them, especially to Gretel. Gretel especially doesn't like this. And she,
Gretel not like that.
well, she's used to being at home with Mom. And she's never had to sleep outside. Now, Hansel never slept outside either, but somehow boys camping out, maybe it doesn't bother him so much. So Gretel said, to help me get to sleep, Hansel, would you please sing me a song that Mother used to sing us at bedtime? Now, sometimes brothers like to play tricks on their sisters. My sister, I had an older sister, she used to play tricks on me. So I don't think I ever played tricks on my little brother. Well, maybe I did. Now that I think of it, maybe. So,
Why does that keep coming up?
yeah, well, because this is what Hansel's going to sing. Instead of singing a nice nighttime lullaby, Hansel's going to sing a scary song about skeletons coming out in the middle of the night and dancing with the people who are dead when coming out of their graves. He thinks, oh, that'll scare Gretel. But if Gretel's the older sister, maybe she'll say, oh yeah, that's just my brother trying to scare me again. I don't know. In this song, I need your help. The thing that stops the skeletons from dancing with the dead people is that morning comes. And there is a certain farm animal that does something, sings something when the sun comes up. What farm what? You look like you know, Ruby. What is it? Is it a bird?
Really?
It is a kind.
In Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. And it's the papa and the mamas go bok 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 bok.
Yeah.
And the chicken, and what do they call the father chicken? The rooster. Now, all of us, let me hear you do the best cock-a-doodle-doo you got. Ready? Cock-a-doodle. Holy smokes. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more cock-a-doodle-doos as good as his. Ready? Yeah, now in the song, when I do this, you got to make a really good rooster call, all right? All right. So, here comes the scary
Do
song.
this.
Zig-a-zig-a-ling, la moracadasa, frappe une tonne avec ce talon, la moramen, oui, joie de danse, zig-a-zig-a-zag sur ce violon. vent d'hiver souffle et la nuit est sombre, des gémissements sautent et des tylons. Le squelette blanc vole à travers l'ombre, courant et sautant sur le grand lasseur. Zig, 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 chacun se trimousse au à craquer les os des lasseurs. Un couple d'assis s'assoit sur le mousse comme un peu goûter d'acier douceur. Zig, 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 l'âme contenue de la clé se fait au agacement. Voilà tomber l'autre se réunit, soda se la serre amoureusement. De dame, dit-on, marquise au baron, et le vert galant, un pauvre charron. Et voilà qu'elle s'abandonne, comme si les rousses étaient un baron. Zig, 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 qu'elle s'arrepande, qu'elle se colle le mort, se donne à la main. Zig, 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 au fond dans la bande, le beau gabané auprès du vilain. Mais si, tout à coup, on quitte la ronde, on s'épousse, on fuit, les coqs à chanter. Oh, la belle nuit pour le pauvre monde. Et vive l'amour, non! Et l'égalité, mais oui. Thank you for your wonderful roosters. So, they eventually got to sleep. And now I'm going to play for you the song from the opera Hansel and Gretel that Hansel should have sang. Right? And so it's about angels, 14 angels watching them at nighttime to guard them. 2 are guiding the head, 2 my feet are guiding, 2 are my right hand, 2 on my left hand, 2 warmly cover me, 2 o'er me hover, and 2 to guide the footsteps to heaven. So this is what Hansel should have sung. Let's hear this song. They do it in all different cities all over the world. And in the city of London, in the country of England, they once did this Hansel and Gretel opera, and now they come to the part, after their sleep, they have to think of what the children would dream about. So it's called the Hansel and Gretel dream scene. Now remember, they're in the woods, they're cold, they're very, very hungry.
That was very, 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 very.
I would say you're right.
Bend down and around.
Yeah, very, 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 very hungry. And their parents aren't there. So I wonder what they would dream about. So let's see what the people in London made the dream to be, and what the angels look like. And then we'll talk about it after and see what you think. So here's the... That's the way those people made the dream. So, did they dream about anything because they were hungry?
I don't know.
Well, what did they have inside that presents? What was it?
Sandwiches?
Oh, maybe they were thinking of food because they were hungry? Maybe. Why was there a fireplace? What?
Because they were cold.
They were cold, maybe they dreamt about that. And maybe the father and the mother were there because they missed their father and their mother. But I find the most interesting thing is the way these people in London imagined the way the angels looked. What was interesting about those angels? They had wings. What else?
And they looked like animals.
They looked like animals. Does anybody have an idea? I don't really know, but I'm making a guess that I know.
What's the guess?
Do any of you guys got an idea why they made the angels have animal heads? Because my guess is, because they were in the woods, they made the animals turn into the angels. It's a kind of a clever idea. So, they had a good night's sleep, even though it was in the forest. And the next morning, they woke up, and they couldn't find the pathway home, but they found the pathway to the candy house. And remember how hungry they are. And so, right away, they started breaking off pieces of the house and starting to eat it and eat it and eat it because they were so hungry. But they didn't know that inside that house there was a witch, and that witch might not want them to be eating the stuff in the house.
They don't even want them.
No. And so, yeah, so let's see what happens next.
Nibble, nibble, mousey. Who's nibbling on my housey?
Did you hear something? Where did it come from? What did they say?
I'm not even nibbling.
Not nibbling?
Who's nibbling on my housey?
Mousey,
I'm not
mousey.
Nibble, nibble, mousey. Who's nibbling on my housey?
Oh my goodness.
I'm not nibbling.
No nibbling? Now, in the opera, the children were afraid to tell the witch that it's two children. They said, the wind, it's only just the wind. But that didn't fool the witch, and the witch came out and captured them and took them into her house and put Hansel into a cage. And there's Gretel.
How come Gretel's out?
We have to ask the witch. It's a good question. Why wouldn't she put? Maybe she thought that a boy is more trouble. And she better put him in a cage, but a girl will help more. Especially because what does the witch want him to help with? She wants to feed him, get him fat, and then eat them. This witch eats children. Oh, so now poor Gretel has to sleep again away from home. But she's not going to ask her brother to sing another nighttime song. She had enough of that nonsense. So what?
Couldn't he just chew food though, because it's made out of sticks and break it?
Maybe he could, if he's got good sharp teeth. Yeah.
You break it with your hands.
Maybe it looks like you could, right? But if he did, maybe the witch would even get angrier. So maybe he's more afraid of the witch than of the sticks or something. I don't know. But Gretel says, I'll sing a song instead, one of the other nighttime songs that my mother sang. And their mother was from Italy. She had traveled up from Italy and met their father, who was in Germany. And she would sometimes sing this Italian lullaby. Now, it's about birds singing at nighttime. And bird in Italian is uccello. And if it's a little bird, instead of ending in O, they put ino, uccellino. Now, I was studying my Spanish, and a little bird is a parajito? Would they use that, or would they use ave? Is the pajarito more common?
Yeah, that's more common.
That's more common. And that means, the ito means it's small, right?
Yeah.
And then what is
Pájaro is like a
pajaro?
Pájaro, yeah.
And then pajarito is the little one. So you're going to sing.
small.
So in this song, several times you're going to hear hey, meaning hey there, bird. Uccellino, little bird. So you hear this several times in this Italian song. E l'uccellino canta sulla fronda, dormi tranquillo, pocuccia d'amore, piega laggiù quella testina bionda della tua mamma, posala sul cuore. E l'uccellino canta su quel ramo tante cosine belle imparerai, ma se vorrai conoscere quanti io t'amo, nessuno al mondo potrà dirlo mai. E l'uccellino canta al ciel sereno, dormi tesoro mio, qui sul mio seno. And they got to sleep, even in a witch's house. And the next morning, they woke up, and now remember, the witch is wanting to get them fat. And to test them, she says, hold out your finger, Hansel. But Gretel, again, Gretel is really the real big helper in this story. She gives Hansel a, what is that? A spoon, and it's a chicken bone. And feel that. Would you think he's getting fat if you felt that? Does it feel like he's got fat on top of his bones?
Yes.
You think he? She doesn't want to touch that. Does it feel fat or skinny? Skinny. I think it's a good trick. Gretel thought of a good trick. And that witch couldn't see very good anyway. Look at those big glasses. She can't tell what's going on. So she thinks, he's fat. I'm going to cook him anyway, if he's fat or not fat. Now, she needs Gretel's help. Says, Gretel, check the oven and see if it's hot enough to cook Hansel. So she told the witch, oh, I don't know anything about cooking. My mother does all the cooking. I don't know what's hot and what isn't hot for cooking. The witch says, all right, I'll check it myself. And she goes over to the oven, and Gretel pushes her in the oven. So now she quickly lets Hans out of his cage, and they go running out of the house. And right after they come out of their house, there is their father. Yay. Because he's been looking for them, of course. He's not just sitting at home waiting for them. So several days, he's been looking for them. And he's so happy, happy, happy. And they are saying, Father, thank you for coming. We just escaped from the witch's house. And he said, what? A witch's house? You were inside that house? Yes, Gretel said. And I pushed the witch into the oven, and then we escaped from the house. And he said, oh, wonderful. Let's go home now where it's safe. What was that?
A gong.
A gong? And I think the gong tells us something. Tells us that the oven exploded. And the witch now is dead. And best of all the other children that the witch captured are now going to be free and come back. So the father says, we must quickly hurry back to the village, get all the others and mothers and fathers who were looking for their children for years, some of them, and tell them to come and get their children. Now, to get from the candy house back to their home, they go right past where their birth mother, Hansel and Gretel's birth mother, is buried. Because their current mother is their second mother, because their father married another woman after their birth mother died. He needed someone to help with the children. And that's the tombstone. So now,
I was wondering why there was a tombstone.
yeah, that is their mother's grave. Now, this word here, what does that say? Mother. So, does anybody know on a tombstone what R dot I dot P dot, what does that mean?
Rest in pieces.
That's the joke. Rest in pieces. P-I-E-C-E-S, but it's rest in peace, right? But I'm glad you know these jokes. Ben, did you have something to say?
I thought it was peace.
Yes, you're right. Your sister, your cousin was just trying to tell you what kids will say. Rest in peace. Now, in Latin, there's other words that start with R-I-P, and it also means rest in peace. What would rest in peace be in Spanish? Do they put that on the tombstones?
Not really.
No. So, but here's the thing now. The first day of our story was Halloween. The second day was All Hallows Day. Halloween is the eve of All Hallows Day, All Saints Day. Now we're in the third day, and it's the El Día de... Yeah. Yeah. The Day of the Dead. And that's a big celebration down in Mexico. So not only does he want to stop at the tomb because of his wife, but also because it's the Day of the Dead. So in this song, he's a German man, remember, the wife was Italian, he's German. He is remembering also a day, a good day, maybe it was a family outing, or maybe just him and his wife. And he says, wie einst in Mai, wie einst im Mai, wie einst as once, im Mai, in May. Now it's cold in the fall, but he's remembering something in the warm springtime, a good time that he had together with his wife. So that's what this song is about. Den Tisch die duftenden Reseden. Die letzten roten Aschen trat herbei und las uns wieder von der Liebe reden, wie einst im Mai. Gib mir die Hand, dass ich sie heimlich drücke. Und wenn man sieht, mir ist es einerlei, gib mir nur einen deiner süßen Blicke, wie einst im Mai. Es blüht und duftet heut auf jedem Grabe. Ein Tag im Jahr ist ja den Toten frei. Komm an mein Herz, dass ich dich wieder habe, wie einst im Mai. Wie einst im Mai. Now he felt ready to go back home, get the other neighbors to come and get their children, and they were so happy the witch was dead that they had a circle dance. Dance together, everyone. Dance together, let's have. Now I show you, your feet have to say the words. So you get up on one foot and you go, dance together, everyone. Dance together, let's have fun. But to make it more fun, instead of just stepping, we're going to leap. Dance together, everyone. Dance together, let's have fun. All join hands and raise them high. Now to hunger, say goodbye. Step back and what then? With your foot you tap, tap, tap. With your hands you clap, clap, clap. Right foot in, left foot then. Turn in place and start again. Dance together, everyone. Dance together, let's have fun. All join hands and raise them high. Now to hunger, say goodbye. Step back and what then? With your head you nick, nick, nick. With your fingers click, click, click. Right foot in, left foot then. Turn in place, and that's the end. And that's the end of that guy.